This video will be going over how to do BIDMAS or BODMAS. Now the only difference between BIDMAS and BODMAS is that obviously the I and the O. I stands for indices in BIDMAS and O stands for operations. They actually mean the same thing. Some people say that the Americans more use BODMAS. Also, if you get to higher levels of maths, it will be referred to as BODMAS because operations covers a wider variety, whereas indices only covers the squared, cubed, etc. Now, our first question is 3 plus 2 in brackets times 4. So our first step is going to be following the BIDMAS. Now, we have brackets, so we need to deal with those first. So 3 plus 2 is 5. And I like to write it out completely. So now it's 5 times 4. We then do 5 times 4 is 20, so our answer is 20. Our second question is 7 plus 3 squared times 2. Now there aren't any brackets. There are indices, however, which is this. So this is the 2, which means it's squared. So what the squared means is 3 times 3. So we would do 3 times 3 is 9. And then again, like I said, I like to write mine out completely again. In the exam, that is the best idea to write it out fully so that if you do make a mistake, they can see where you went wrong. So now we have 7 plus 9 times 2. There isn't any division. There is a multiplication, so that comes next. 9 times 2 is 18. There's an addition, which is 7 plus 18, which is 25. So our answer is 25. Okay, for our third question, we have 8 divided by 2 in brackets plus 5. So there are brackets, we deal with those first. 8 divided by 2 is 4, plus 5. 4 plus 5 is 9, so our answer is 9. Okay, so this is our fourth question. This question is 9 times 6 take away 4 in brackets. So again, there are brackets, we have to start with those. 6 take away 4 is 2. 9 times 2 is 18. Moving on to question 5. Yeah, I'll write it out. See. So, question 5. Okay, so we work down our list still. So we've got brackets. We deal with those first. So 3 plus 2 is 5. Now, when I write this out, you might notice here that the squared, the indice, is directly next to the bracket. The squared then moves over to this 5 because what this means is that whatever in the brackets, whatever the answer is, needs to be squared. And we can write out the rest of our sum here. There are indices, so 5 times 5 is 25. There's no division, there is a multiplication. So 5 times 25 is 125. Now these will be included on the non-calculator paper, so you would need to do the 5 times 25 with whatever method that you normally use. And I would recommend just leaving a bit of a space and doing it, for example, down here, if this was my paper, because if I start doing the calculations in this space and then get to the answer, I don't have anywhere to write it. So just be aware of that when you are answering the exam questions. Okay, our sixth question is 12 divided by 3 in brackets times 4 plus 2. Now, obviously there are 2 sets of brackets, it doesn't matter which way around that we work with them. We just have to do both of them first. So 12 divided by 3 is 4, and 4 plus 2 is 6. And I add the multiplication back in. You can do that this set of brackets is 4 and keep those brackets, then work them out Doesn't matter if you add that step in or if you don't, you're still going to get to the same answer. So 4 times 6 is 24. Moving on to question 7 then. Question 7 is 6 squared divided by 3 plus 3. Now there are brackets, we have to deal with those first. 3 plus 3 is 6. 6 squared is 6 times 6. So 6 times 6 is 36. And that's going to equal 6. This question is question 8. 7 plus 3 in brackets times 10 divided by 2. Similar to the other question we had, doesn't matter which way around we deal with these brackets, we're going to end up with the same answer. So 7 plus 3 is 10 times 10 divided by 2 is 5. 10 times 5 is 50. Moving on to question 9, it's 8 times 5 take away 3 with our indices there. There are brackets, so we deal with those first. 5 take away 3 is 2, and our indice is added onto this 2. Done our brackets, move on to our indices. 2 times 2 is 4. 8 times 4 is 32. Final question, we have question 10. 9 take away 2 in brackets times 3 squared. So we deal with our brackets first. 9 take away 2 is 7 times 3 squared. 3 times 3 is 9. 7 times 9 is 63. Now you will find a sheet with all the answers on. This video is just to help if you have got one of them wrong and you're not sure which step or where you went wrong.